Well, as we all know, when that music plays, it's one of my favorite things. We are talking live performances today, and truly one of my favorite people to follow on social media, Miss Danae Hays. She is coming to Chattanooga this weekend today. I'm so excited to get to talk with you. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing so good. Josh, thank you so much for having me.
Of course, I'm so excited. So you are headed out on your first comedy tour, and we here in Chattanooga are getting your very first theater show. How does this feel?
Oh, dude, it's bananas. Like, it's absolutely bananas. I was just talking to my wife upstairs. I was like, can you believe, like, we're doing a comedy tour right now? And she was just like, Danae, you're living your dream. And that's honestly what it feels like, Josh. It literally just feels like little Danae is just living out her dream.
So when did little Danae and now big Danae decide that comedy is the thing that they loved and wanted to share with the world?
You know, I think other people saw it before I did. I grew up in a really small town in Alabama. And so, the entertainment world was just what we saw on TV. I didn't have any friends doing it. I didn't have any neighbors doing the entertainment sector. So I had, my parents' friends would come up to them and they'd be like, Danae's going to be a comedian one day. And I would be in earshot of that. And I would always love when they said that. Like it lit a fire in my belly, but I never knew what the road was going to be like, to get there. And then I think during the pandemic when TikTok happened and I was able to like start putting my sketch comedy and my prank phone calls and my humor out into the world and I got such a good response back. I think that was when I finally feel like I had a gateway into the world.
Absolutely. Great segue there. Speaking of TikTok, 2.7 million followers over there right now as we speak. It will only grow, I'm sure. What has it been like bringing those characters to life, such as hobby horsing, the prank calls, like you said, the nosy neighbor, and then we get to meet you and Mandy too. What has it been like sharing those characters and people with the world?
Oh, it's been incredible. I'm such a people watcher. I love gathering different like nuances and characteristics that people have just in casual conversation. I pick up on it how somebody like holds their hand when they're smoking a cigarette or how somebody holds a drink and I take those little characteristics and I embody them and I give that character a name and it's just kind of like just a massive coat of colors of all these different people that I've met in life.
Comedy, TikTok. You're also a singer. Danae, tell me about the song. I just listened to it a few minutes ago. The phone number at the end, is that a real phone number that you included in this song?
Well, we're doing no, it is not a real phone number. But music is one of those things where I'm just a creative person. I love listening to music that has a funny element to it. A lot of the music that was written in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, I can think of a handful of songs like A Boy Named Sue by Johnny Cash. Like they're funny songs. And so I was like, well, shoot, I love writing. I love singing. Let's do country comedy music together. And so, that lane's kind of wide open right now. We've written so many songs that are actually in my comedy set. So when you come to my shows, there's between 3 and 4 songs. I'll tell a story and then I'll sing a song that has to do with that story.
If we aren't already following you, which if you aren't, what are you doing? Where can we go to follow you? What do we need to look for?
Yes, my presence is mostly on TikTok and Instagram. So it's my name, Danae, DANAE HAYS. And my wife and I, we have a podcast. It's called The Refined and Rowdy Show. So I'll let you decide which one's refined and which one's rowdy, but that's on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Well, I bet that changes from day to day, Danae, to be honest with you. So
It does. It does a lot. Whenever I'm feeling a little refined, I'm like, oh God, I'm out of my element right now.
I love it. Well, Danae, thank you so much. Break a leg this weekend. I'm fingers crossed I'm going to be there and I can't wait to keep following you.
Oh, thank you so much, Josh. And thank y'all for having me on today.